Hey everybody, welcome back to our final hour of Roleplay Blades. Our friends Aldo the Lesson and Carol's firm are aboard the Leviathan Hunter Lancer, and they have cornered their prey in a formerly burning electrical room, which is now dark and smoldering thanks to Rune's whispery maneuver. And yeah, Myth and Aldo are facing off against the sailors in the room, and Carol's firm is sort of grappled with the captain, who's trying to do some kind of swordsman maneuver to cut free of his hold, and firm is fighting back. So just for like dramatic sake, it's all kind of in the same moment, but I think it makes sense to do like Myth, Aldo, firm, because the captain's, kind of the end goal.
Cool. So I'll roll for Myth.
Yeah, and it's the same as before. When Myth fights alongside firm, they do plus. Oh my god!
Straight crit.
I don't even know why I'm talking.
Damn, you're ridiculous, dude. And the effect, by the way, is elevated.
Yeah.
Potency.
So it's a crit and it's more potent.
I think
she kills the last two guys.
I think it should be a setup for Aldo. I think it like Myth. It's kind of the same thing again. It's like an intimidation factor. The dog just snaps the first guy's neck, jumps on the second one, and like tears his throat out in this really awful way. I mean, there's no good way really, but
I get what you're saying.
Really slow and dramatic.
Especially bad.
And haven't seen this yet. Like Myth's teeth like sink in and they close together behind the windpipe, and Myth is this smoky creature with sort of fires in its eyes, but there's this Sauron, Lord of the Rings kind of thing, that happens inside the smoke where there's this sudden heat, and so it's not just the dog like a wolf tearing out the throat. There's this burning like fiery thing that happens, and burning bits of blood and sinew and bone splatter the last dude as Aldo comes up to take him out, and he can't just stare Aldo in the face and be like, I'm cool, like this happens, and he's like, and like freaks out.
Yeah.
And he's not ready. He's not ready for Aldo.
I look at Myth. Well, I know some little puppy's getting a treat after this.
Yeah, this guy, he's freaked out. He backs up and he's like reaching. He's wearing a knife on him, like this big fighting knife, and he like forgets. And he's scrambling around, like reaching for tools behind him as you close in.
Yeah.
So you get a skirmish him, I assume.
Yeah. So I look at him and I say, well, here we are. It's you and me. Although I'd rather there were more of you. You're the last one. So we can make it quick if you just want to put your head out. Or we could do a day. Either way, I'm good with.
I mean, if you want to roll command instead of skirmish, you can get this guy to just give up.
No. I don't want to roll command. He's going to die either way.
Okay.
He's going to die either way. I'm just giving him the choice whether he just wants to like put his head out so I can just bash it real quick. Or maybe I drop the wrench.
No, he's too freaked out, and he's in the full fight for his life mode. So he comes up with like a little hammer, like a little detail hammer you would use for tinkering. Okay. Not a tiny comical one, but just a small little hammer.
All right. And then I look at him. I respect that. Nice. And I just come up with my wrench. Yeah. And try and clunk him real good.
So because of Myth's maneuver here, it's a controlled skirmish against this guy. He is technically fighting back, but he's not in a position to like hurt you back with whatever you roll here.
Right.
So controlled, it would normally be standard, but it's great effect because you're all fine weapon. So controlled and great.
Yeah. Oh, the brutal adds +1 effect, and that's where this comes in, right? Or not?
Well, it actually that'll add on top of that, so it's actually above great.
When I harm, it comes after I harm them. Okay.
After you harm, yeah. If he had like armor on, it would still be great because of your brutal. You would just be smashing through his armor.
Okay.
But he doesn't. So
okay.
You're at overkill right now.
Okay, and no bonus dice.
Nope, not unless you want to push or Devil's Bargain.
We'll take our chances with this guy. Maybe we want it to last a little bit.
It's controlled, so yeah, it's not a big risk.
See what happens. Ooh.
4. Okay.
Maybe he's got some fight. He's got some jukes.
So this is where controlled and overkill matters because I can choose, and I'm gonna choose this. So I could choose to, maybe I will because this will be more fun. You could either do reduced effect here or get pushed into a risky, like a follow-up risky position with this guy. You don't just take him out. He actually does fight back successfully, and you got to finish him off. Let's do that instead. There's no time pressure.
Okay, I got an idea.
Yeah.
He has a hammer, right?
Yeah.
So can I retroactively just like to make this effect what it's supposed to be because it says you hesitate. So I reach up and then I let it down. All right, you can have one.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. So he takes the opportunity and he cracks you across the sort of nose and cheek with the hammer. He's like, bah! And snaps your head back and then tries to jam the handle of the hammer down your throat and just like twist it like. All right. So skirmish again. This time it's risky.
Okay, and this time risky. Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Same killing effect.
So yeah, I take the crack. Let's see what the dice do first. And risky standard.
Yep. Well, it's actually great +1, but
so great.
Yeah, just do great.
Okay. Here we go. 5 this time.
All right. So you murder this dude, but he actually hurts you in this in his final death throes. So you can resist this, but I'm going to inflict level 2 harm on you. He fights to the death. Like you knock the hammer free out of your mouth. You smash everything off the tool shelf, and break his shoulder blade. He falls down. He remembers his knife, picks it up, cuts back and forth at you. You wrestle. You hit him with the thing again. It's like it's a fight all of a sudden. And this guy's just like like going crazy. You finally bludgeon him over and over again until he stops moving. And when you're done, the handle of his blade is sticking out of the side of your body.
Okay.
So you're gonna take level 2 harm, stabbed, and you can write that on the sheet there for level 2, or you can roll your prowess to resist to knock it down to level 1 harm and take some stress.
Okay. If I try to, is there any is there a bad part about trying to resist?
Yeah. So you roll your prowess attribute, however many dots you have in prowess. Let me open it up. Although you have 2 prowess.
Okay.
So you'll take 6 stress minus your highest die, and then resist the harm. So you could take between 1 and 5 stress to not be stabbed.
Okay.
Also, you do have enough room on your load right now. You can tick off and say you're wearing your armor under your shirt. Take that as one of your items, and then your armor can reduce it down to 1 without having to roll resistance.
Okay. Well, the reason why I might not want to do that is just in case Careless needs that last thing.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Okay. So if I roll and I roll a 6 on my prowess.
Yep.
What happens?
You only take level 1 harm, and you don't take any stress.
Okay. Level 1 harm, no stress. But harm does what now? I'm sorry, because it's the first time this has happened.
No, that's fine. Yeah. Level 2 harm gives you a penalty die to actions that it interferes with.
Okay.
Level 1 harm reduces your effect level for actions that it interferes with. You hit less hard, you move slower. Level 3 harm incapacitates you. And level 4 harm is fatal.
Okay. I will attempt to resist the harm.
Okay. So I think you can just click the word prowess on your character sheet and it'll automatically do it for you.
Yep, got it. And no bonus dice?
No.
Okay. Is there a way to get bonus dice or not?
You can technically push yourself, but that costs stress and you're trying to not get stress. So it kind of doesn't really make sense to
Can I take a stress and have Myth help?
I don't know. What would Myth do to
Because we're just fighting this guy, right?
Yeah, he like interferes so that the stab wound is potentially less damaging. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, like if he kind of,
or something like that.
yeah, like at the same time kind of lunges at him and tries to like go after
Sure.
his knee or his arm or something.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Yep.
Okay, I'll take 1 stress to give Zeke an extra die.
Nice.
Cool.
Resistance roll. Booyah. There it is.
Nice.
The
Good
sixes continue. The
Dude,
6 parade
tonight
is on tonight.
That's good.
So you take stabbed as level 1 harm, Zeke instead, which it heals faster and it's not as bad for you.
Okay.
And you don't take any stress at all.
Sweet. All right, cool. Thank you, Anne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And those guys are dead. And so like in the background of Careless's shot, as he's having the death duel with the captain, we see this like Aldo painstakingly like smashing this guy to death and getting stabbed and Myth in the way. And so that's kind of happening at the same time.
Yep.
And
What's
kind
your-
of worth noting, they got demolished, by the way. Like the dog easily killed 2 people. He
Yeah.
smacked up this guy, and he that was the last guy, but kind of.
They got fucking wrecked. Yeah.
And then I kind of half shout into the room that Careless is in. Well, I'm done in here. I'll be doing all right. I'll be in presently.
Yeah, you can actually see like the partition there next to the big electrical dynamo is mostly like burned away, so you can actually see Careless in there, like doing whatever you do next. Jeff, what's your next move?
Again, I'd like to let so to describe it, I'm inside her guard. I punched her throat. She's trying to cut away.
Yeah, she wants to get some distance and use the point of her blade.
So do I roll and then it's based off of that, or what?
Yep. You're still skirmishing. It sounds like so.
Skirmishing with her, risky or what? Desperate.
You're inside her guard now, so it's going to be risky.
Okay.
With standard effect.
Standard effect.
Yep. You could potentially get her with it. Oh no, sorry. No, Matt, hang on. My bad.
This to you, John. Her entire crew got dismantled with mega crits. Is there any advantage to that for me?
That's a good point.
This woman had bodyguards. They all got one-shotted essentially.
Yeah, that's a good point. Morale is a thing. Morale is very important.
Do we have a morale clock? You know, like...
We could have a morale clock. I'm just gonna freeball it here. Yeah, no, that's a really good point, Jeff. I think so. Setup actions are a thing that's a teamwork move you guys can do, and we've sort of mentioned them here and there, and again, it's like game mastery hasn't happened yet. So, the thing that Myth and Aldo just did could be a setup action for you. That's a thing that could happen. The question is, what kind of person is she? Like, how cold and distant and traumatized and messed up is she for being a Leviathan hunter? Does she feel that kind of stuff anymore? Does she like have normal human reactions to stuff? Let's find out. I'm going to make a fortune roll for her.
I like it.
Let's see.
Let's let the dice decide.
Yeah. I think it's likely that she's dead inside, but maybe she's not.
You just steal the fleet, right? So
She's
So this is a fortune roll on like your behalf. So high is good for you. So I'm gonna say she's two dice of human feeling left in her. 2. No.
She's pretty dead inside.
Yeah. It's chilling. Well, maybe it's not chilling to Careless. I don't know. It would be to a normal person. Like this scene of carnage plays out just in her peripheral vision. Presumably sailors she served with for years, maybe her close friends.
Mhm.
And you look her in the eye, waiting for the moment for her to break or slip or flinch, and she doesn't. She has this dead, cold look, where she's seen too much. She's been too messed up by the long nights of battling demons at sea, and she just doesn't seem to care. How does Careless Firm react in the close-up shot, like of your face there with her? What's your
In the kingdom of uncaring, Careless is
nice. I'll
Just
see
standard?
you're not caring, and I'll raise you. Yeah, so standard. So I actually made a clock for her. I didn't label it, but there's a 6 clock on there. You've done 2 to her. You're going to do 2 more to her with standard. If you want to push yourself, you can do 3. That won't quite finish her off.
No, I guess I'll just roll.
So, yeah. But
Yeah,
Aldo's potentially in position to follow up here. So,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
6 though.
Nice.
So she goes to I've got my hand on her wrist. My other hand had just punched her windpipe. She's like maneuvering to try and cut me.
Yeah.
And you can just you can hear her bones cracking a little bit as I tighten my hold on her hand. And then he pistons up another punch, but instead of her throat this time, it's in her nose, just smashing it across her face.
Mm-hmm. Not something the average duelist is well versed in. The pugilistic arts right in her face. So yeah, the cut fails, and when you snap her head back with the punch, No, I just made her roll for human feeling. She doesn't try to flee or have self-preservation instincts at all. I was gonna say, yeah, she's getting
Emotionally.
owned here. Maybe she should try to go out a window or something. But no, I already made that roll. She does not have normal human reactions. She fights to the death. She holds her ground, and she's not able to get you back at blade point the way she wants to really skewer you. So when you hit her with hit her nose, she reverses back, so the pommel's forward, and she tries to crack you in the skull with the pommel of the blade.
Do you want me to roll skirmish again?
Yep.
Risky again?
Risky again.
Not
Standard.
desperate because she's about to die?
If you, so it's going to be risky standard, which is potentially enough to finish her off. If you want to roll desperate, great, you can. And you can do something extreme in the manner that you dispatch her, instead of just pummeling her with your fist or something. You could, I don't know.
I'll take the standard. I'm not going to get cocky here. So risky,
Okay. Risky
standard.
Yep.
I could push myself for 2, you said, for 1?
2 for 1. Mm-hmm.
Ugh. It's a terrible deal, John.
It's such a bad. We can devil's bargain instead if you want.
Is that 1 for 1 or what is
No, it's just it's for free.
For free.
I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna. Well, what's your stress at, Aldo?
My stress is at 5.
That's same as me. What about you, Myth/Rune?
Mine is at 6 currently.
Nah. All right, I'm gonna do it. What's the chance to get 3 6s in a row? Not
She hasn't. Oh, I was gonna say she hasn't laid a hand on you, but she gets a shot in when you take her out. That's enough. That's enough.
So she hits me, is what you're saying?
Yeah, she's gonna hit you back.
Yeah, she's gonna hit you back.
Okay, so I guess she smashes my face with the pommel, right?
Yeah, she's aiming. She's trying to rake it right here to split your scalp so you bleed and you're blinded, and she can make some space. So she does that. She cuts you across the scalp, and you do your finishing move like kind of at the same time.
Okay.
So it's going to be level 2 harm for you, slashed, and you can resist it. Just the same thing we did with Zeke.
Yeah, I'll resist it.
Okay. Let's start with that then. Click your prowess, the word prowess on your character sheet, and it'll do it for you.
What? So how do you escalate bonus dice? Push myself 2 for 1. Is that what it is?
Yeah. So this roll is going to determine how much stress you take for resisting. So pushing yourself kind of doesn't make sense.
So I just go for it.
Yeah. You just go for it.
Just go for it.
There you go.
4.
So you take 6 stress minus 4, so you take 2, and you do not get slashed across the face.
Okay.
So I have a GM prerogative. Like when you guys resist stuff, sometimes it's you resist it, it just doesn't happen. Sometimes you resist it and it lowers the level of the wound or the severity of the consequence. So like in Aldo's case, he's like trading blows with this guy and is like, come on, give me a shot. Let's do this like gentlemen. So in Aldo's case with resistance, I decided I'm going to lower the level. He's a tough guy. He wants to take it. He wants to take some shots. He doesn't. But you're quick and agile and a good fighter. So in this case, I'll say that your resistance you avoid. She doesn't actually connect at all. You don't
just the 2 stress then.
Yeah, just the 2 stress, and she doesn't hit you. And then the killing blow is.
I think so. She takes the pommel and she like goes to slash across my head, but I grab her arm, break her shoulder around it, like both hands just break her shoulder, and then I take her sword and jam it up through her side into her heart.
Ooh, yeah, shink. Yeah, she doesn't. She kind of makes a noise. But she doesn't grimace. Actually, she gives you the same dead stare, and there's a kind of release.
I lean in real close and I'm looking at her too. While it's almost like he's like breathing in.
Right there, yeah. She's lived kind of a life of horror at sea, for the honor of her house, and you've released her from her obligations. She never has to face those things out there again. And there's again, like her feelings are dead, but something passes across her eyes where she just lets it all go and slumps. And the blade is kind of propping her up, and she slumps back against the tool shelf, and exhales her last. And there is a beautiful silence in the air as no bell rings.
And there's that cinematic moment where like there's a shot of every single one of us like.
Yeah, totally. Just waiting for it. Yeah.
And I get in there and I see the end of this, and I take the wrench and I put it under my armpit, and I do this.
The slow clap.
Well done.
Careless kind of straightens up because he kind of like let her slump down, and then disentangles himself from her arms and looks around the room and just smiles and kind of sighs like, well, we should do something about these bodies because they are going to be most curious about how they died.
I'd imagine so. You see this guy in here, he barely has a face anymore.
I did hear that, and I do want to know all the details. By the way, myth, good dog. Now, I recommend, since somehow the electricity went out, I imagine something tells me Rune or Miss Cataby might be behind that. We'll have to thank them later. Maybe we throw the bodies just in the water.
I'm with that. I'll get you 2 or 3 of them, maybe.
Myth, if you could spot for us to make sure that nobody sees us dispatching these bodies. Of course, there'll still be questions. There's going to be blood all over the place. There's nothing we can do about that. But if we can distance ourselves from how they died, that would be most terrific.
It'll at least slow them down, right?
Will the bodies float? Do we have to care about that, or?
Yeah, technically they will, but it's Duskwall's pitch dark most of the time. And
We use our tools. We had rocks in our bags. You said
you want to weight them down?
You did say they had rocks in their bags.
Yeah, if you can totally do that. It's going to change your position, right? If you drag them out of the room right now and toss them overboard, risky, right? If you take the time to and you hear the workers like making their way upstairs, but you can be like calm and collected, no big deal. Tie weights to them. It's all good. And then just time it just right. So you toss them overboard as the workers come into the room and you leave. You can make a desperate prowl, or I assume prowl, but you're being sneaky.
A desperate prowl.
Yeah, and so this is a case where you need Aldo's help. You can't do this all by yourself. So it'll be a group action. You'll both roll prowl. One of you will lead, probably you, Jeff.
Yep.
And then you'll take whoever rolls highest will count for the group.
Is that something I can actually still assist with?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Well, I technically have one.
She packed us things in this situation, like we planned for dispatching this way potentially. Maybe that would be how she helped, I guess, right?
It's up to Wheat, but that sounds good. That sounds like a good idea. What do you think, Marcus?
That sounds great. I will take that suggestion down. And
So is it great effect, or what are you saying?
I will assist my teammate in that fashion.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's whatever's highest.
Yeah, Weed has foresight, so he basically gives you a bonus die by being a sneaky planning spider, and by packing the right stuff for you.
Zeke and I both make a roll. The effect doesn't matter because it's just whatever's highest, and then you tell us what happened, right?
Yep, one of you gets a bonus die. You can decide.
Only one of us.
Yeah.
Do you have a 2 in prowl, or what do you have, Zeke?
Big old goose egg.
Then you take it, my friend.
Okay.
I guess it really doesn't matter, actually.
The leader of the group action takes 1 stress for everyone who fail, or for everyone who's not you. So if Zeke gets a 1 to 3, you'll take 1 point of stress, Jeff. That's one of the risks here. But it's desperate. You get mark the XP in your prowess. And roll your prowl. Both of you roll your prowl. 4 so far.
Desperate, standard.
Yep.
Yeah.
And 1 bonus dice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's take a stress, you said?
You take 1 stress, you do it, and there's a complication.
Excellent.
So you weight down the bodies, you drag them. The timing is real good.
Before this happens, I would like to just as we're weighting the bodies and stuff like that, I'd like to look at the captain in particular to see if she has any baubles or trinkets or anything of possibly historical value. Maybe that sword's been passed down for generations or something.
She has no jewelry or finery. She's very, very practical. But as you're getting you're wrapping some chains around, maybe I don't know what Miss Cataby gave you, but it's heavy stuff presumably. And she's wearing a necklace and a locket under her shirt, like a little cameo with a portrait inside of a man, an older man, gray-haired person.
Yep.
And she has a old and tarnished and very ordinary brass ring on her hand.
Okay.
But that's it. She has a pocket watch actually too. She's the ship captain. She would keep time, so she has a decent pocket watch.
How's the blade? Is the blade anything special?
Oh yeah, actually yeah, it's good. It's a fine duelist sword. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll pocket all the things I can pocket.
Yeah, totally. That's fine. That's part of the time. I mean, that's faster than actually weighing down the bodies. So you got that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rune likes rings also.
Nice. Presents. So yeah, what's our complication? I mean, heat is easy, right? But I had a different thought, which is that one of the workers accosts you. So you guys, again, it's like a Mission Impossible episode or something. You've loaded down the last body over Aldo's shoulder, and you're closing the door you barred originally as the first laborers come into the other side of the room. It's like click. The timing is real good. And then silently, it's not totally silent, but there's lots of shit happening around. People are working in cranes and stuff, so you kind of make the splashes at the right moments and blah 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 blah. But as you're turning to slip away, one of the sailors who wasn't in the room initially just one of the guys working on the ship. He walks over to the side and light up a cigarette and take a little break. And he looks and just you like look to him eye to eye, and he takes this pause. He's got his flint and steel to light, and he just freezes. Like he can tell you're not supposed to be there. He does not want to get murdered. And there's this moment where he just stops and is like,
May I make a command?
Sure. Yeah.
He doesn't want to get murdered.
He knows something. He knows something wrong is going on, but
we'll keep it interesting then, John. I kind of, the body gets shoved over. I'm looking over. He looks over at me. He's like about to light. I straighten, and then I kind of like again herky jerky, but very quickly walk over and I get right up next to him. And I'm like, and I pull out a lighter, and I light his cigarette, and then I lean in and go, if you ever want to smoke another cigarette, you saw nothing, you heard nothing, you believe nothing. And I light his cigarette and I go, otherwise, I will come and I will keep cutting you until you no longer feel anything ever again. Then I sit back and look at him.
Nice.
So
sounds like a command roll to me. Yeah, absolutely.
Boom. Was it risky or desperate?
It would be controlled because holy shit, you're a scary motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
But he knows there are guys like right there. Like if he has the nerve to just go like to yell or something, you know. I think it's risky, but it's great effect.
My God, I don't have any stress to give, guys. Although you want to lend me one,
you can do a group action if you want to. Both of you can roll command.
Well, I'll just look at the same guy and just crack my knuckles.
Oh, gee.
Is that cool?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think because you have like 2 command, right, Aldo?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys both roll, that'll help way more than him giving you a bonus die. So
all right.
you should both.
Oh, okay, so no stress, just me rolling him.
Yeah, I think you should both just roll.
Cool.
Get higher than a 2.
Odds are just better.
Risky, great.
Yep.
No bonus.
Oh my God.
There
you.
it is.
Bam.
There it is.
Bam.
Nice.
Into combat. Go ahead.
And after he's done cutting you, I'll take these fists and choke you to death with it after your teeth are gone. You get the image. I thought so.
And then I whisper as he says, I go, he doesn't talk very fast, but he hits super, super fucking fast.
Yeah, chat was saying like this guy doesn't want to get murdered, and if he yells, he's definitely going to get murdered. Like, yeah, people who are terrified of murder are not always super rational, and they do things. They react like human beings. But no, this guy doesn't. He's utterly terrified, but instead of yelling in fear or running or doing something stupid that will get him murdered, he just freezes up. He forces himself to turn and look away from you, so he's staring out to sea, and he like tries unsuccessfully several times to light his cigarette as you guys fuck off.
And as I turn to walk away, I whistle the same tune that I did walking towards the captain.
Nice.
Yep. And as we're walking away, I hear that and I look at him. What is that tune? I think I've heard it before. I like it.
It's the Rains of Castamere.
The only song in the world of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Everyone in every kingdom of that show knows only one song. Yeah, sweet. That's a nice moment. The crane shot rises up. We see the smoke billowing out of the smoldering electrical room, and the smoke billowing out of the overcharged electrical box in the city that Rune destroyed. And then the crane's it's a big ending expensive CGI shot for our show where we see all the laborers working and all the carriages going, and there's just enough color in the shot that the 4 of you individually are like, highlighted it, making your way back towards the bridge across to Brightstone to the library.
Mm-hmm.
Successful assassination accomplished. Good job, everybody.
Nailed it.
Nice 6 rolling. Well done. Well done.
Well,
The
the skirmishing this time made up for the the subterfuge and the skullduggery of last time.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. The failed engagement roll is the best possible thing.
I paid for it every time. Don't worry. That's
Yeah, I mean, just aim for 0 engagement, and we'll always have.
Oh, that's how it's gonna.
That's the fun number. Cool, excellent. Well done, everybody. That was awesome. I did not know how that was going to go down at all, and it was really cool to see how you approached it. So
Well, the 6s really helped.
yeah, keep that up if you can. Well, and just to be fair too, like you guys, to gush a little bit at the happy GM here, you guys are risk takers, which is that's what really matters. You know, you're hitting your rolls, but you got to be willing to say like, yes, I will channel the city's electrical system through my body. I will do that. Yeah, you rolled a 6. That was just luck, but the willingness to do that is what is the player, mojo. That's the stuff. So
yeah,
I love that, and it's so fun to see in action. So cool.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
job. Good job. So let's do experience,
yeah.
and we'll save the fallout from that and everything for next time. But we can do experience now.
yeah.
So let's start with whoever. Let's start with wheat. Let's do wheat first, actually.
Yeah, I don't
Miss
think I
Cataby
have
started the
that
operation, so
roll.
she should start the.
I went back and looked. I don't think I had a single desperate roll.
I don't remember you having one. No,
No.
I'm trying to always mark them as we go.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, I was also gonna do that. Actually. No, only risky. It looks like.
Yeah.
You just challenge with conspiracy or calculation. I mean, I think the drinks was exactly that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that plus the very timely flashback to
Oh,
diffusing the
sure.
Marine contingent. That
I'll take it.
I think you should get 2 for that one, because that was a very important flashback moment. That fight could have turned into a real bad day without you and Rune. That would have been pretty rough.
Yeah,
So.
just remember that, Furman Aldo. Okay. I want to take blood too. All right. You express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I'm not sure that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I did that this.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I can't
Let's-
remember one, but
No,
maybe I'm
not
forgetting.
really. And struggle with issues of vice or traumas. Not really. So I'm
Not really.
happy
No.
to.
Take your 2. All right.
Yep. Based off my involvement, that's what I think I deserve.
Nice. How about Aldo? You want to go? Want to go next?
Sure. I did one desperate thing and already added that to my prowess.
Mhm.
The desperate skirmish.
Did you address challenges with violence or coercion, Zeke?
3 times.
Yeah, but 2.
I killed the shit out of a tattooed guy.
Mm-hmm.
I killed the shit out, bludgeoned the shit out of a sailor after he got me. He got one good cut in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I coerced the guy on the ship.
You sure did. 2 is the maximum, sadly, but you should.
Okay.
But it's like it's 1 for a little and 2 for a lot, and you did a lot. So 2
Yeah.
2 is what you get.
Okay, cool.
Beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I definitely think you did. I think the interaction with the last sailor in particular was a nice revelation of your background, your heritage as a fellow like underworld tough guy. I feel like you really expressed that in that moment with that guy when you were like, come on, just give me a shot, like let's do this.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. It's like, well, it's the first guy who was the most threatening went down easy. Dog took down 2. I mean, Myth killed 2 guys. That was fucking awesome. And then there's one guy, me and Myth. So I was like, well, this make is fair, give me 1.
Yeah, I mean that's who your character is, and we got to see that. That was cool. I liked it. That was great. Definitely 1 for that.
Okay.
Good one.
1 for express my beliefs or drives. I looked on the body for any sort of like family heirlooms and shit. I don't know if that counts.
That's interesting. So the way I usually think of it, and again, I don't decide. I just talk more during this, but it's not up to me. Like, but the way I like to look at it is like, if you take XP for that, you're telling me, the GM, like, I'm getting entangled in something here. Like, it's not just a little thing I did on this, for fun. Like, Aldo taking her personal effects matters, and me, the GM, hears that and goes, okay, yeah, you're taking an XP for that, so I'm going to write that in my notes, and I'm going to be like, captain's personal effects, and I'm going to start thinking about how that can come back in later.
Well, how about this? Since I took her stuff, what if since
Real life
we
mess.
left like this bloody mess everywhere, so people are gonna kind of probably know what happened. I'm wondering, like, and anybody can chime in on this. I'm wondering if I like returned, like just dropped, like paid like a paper boy or whatever the hell to drop it at their mansion or their villa or whatever the fuck wherever they live.
Yeah, they have some mansions.
Yeah, and just drop it at the doorstep and like ring the bell and say or not even say anything. Just make sure they drop a satchel with the sword and the silhouette thing and the that kind of stuff.
I mean, yes, that should be worth XP. Because that's definitely getting entangled. That's not
Because
just.
I think
that's not killing and walking away. I
think there'd be a strong emotion tied to like family heirlooms or stuff that's been in the in the family for a while. I don't know if
absolutely.
Okay.
You're giving me stuff to work with, so take XP, man. That's
okay.
That's a fair trade. That's an absolutely fair trade.
Yep. Perfect. I just want, like, I think that deepens the character a little bit, saying like, I'm not going to keep these because they belong to the family, not necessarily the person. It is fucked up, like, morality.
Yeah, and Chad is right. Giving back her fine dueling saber that's a nice thing to have, and you're returning it. So
yeah,
that says something about Aldo. Plus, like, not to tip my hand too much, but like, you guys live in a world of ghosts, and you have hidden the bodies underwater so they can't be properly disposed of. Like, this is the world we're in. Like, you're, as a player and as a character, you're contributing to the rich tapestry of our sandbox. So you get XP for that. That's the trade.
Okay.
Cool. And no vice or traumas tonight.
Yep. I'm good.
And let's do Rune.
So I did 2 desperate attune rolls. I marked both of those already.
Nice.
Did
you address challenges with knowledge or arcane power, Anne?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we do 1 or 2? Let's see. Well, I did the first scene of attuning to the book and everything.
Yep.
And so we knew where our target was, and then the second one, obviously, like the electricity thing. So
totally, yeah.
Say 2 for that.
Yep.
And then let's see. Express your drives, beliefs, heritage, background. Not really. I don't think
so. Your background with Martin Gull and a leaky bucket came into play.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't like a big deal, but it did matter.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't like have a conversation with him or anything though, so I kind of feel like that.
That's fine. Yeah, it doesn't.
Like
if it doesn't count, it doesn't count. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I don't really think that we didn't do any kind of vice or trauma this time either.
Yeah, you guys don't have traumas yet, so it's harder to hit that one.
Right.
Vice will come up in downtime, but yeah.
I was wondering how we do like cohort leveling or like myth,
Yeah.
When does myth go from like 2d6 to 3d6?
Right. So because they're a cohort of the crew, you can use a crew advance to bump them up to 3.
Okay.
And also because they're your ritual ghost pet, you can start a long-term project on your own on the side in downtime to like level up the ritual and sort of resummon a higher level myth. So either way, you can get at it either way. It'll basically boil down to the same amount of time, I guess. But if you do it on your own, you won't have to convince these guys to spend their crew advance on it. So that might make it easier, but it's pretty awesome. So maybe they won't care. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, then I think I just got the 2 XP for the arcane power, and then the 2 desperate actions, and that's it.
Cool.
So if I put 1 more, I've got 5 resolve right now, for 5 ticks in the resolve. If I put 1 more in that,
Yep.
then do I clear that out?
You clear it out, and you can add another dot under into any of the actions under resolve.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll think about that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And last but not least, our careless leader, careless firm.
Yeah. I believe a 2 in violence or coercion.
I do as well.
Kind of self-explanatory there.
Yep.
So I'm going to put 1 in playbook advancement, which does max it out. So between now and next episode, is it cool if I just pick another one of those things?
Totally. Yep.
And then the other one can go in prowess,
Sure.
wherever we want.
Wherever you want.
And then express beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I would lobby for a 2 there, given that my spiritual background was made manifest. And
I agree. I think we spilled some beans about that, and the mystery is not solved, but it's definitely out in the open now, which is a pretty important thing. Like everyone kind of knows something's up with you and a mysterious, forgotten goddess from the ancient past. So you might as well take the experience now because the cat's out of the bag. It's not going to happen again. So
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, nice.
And then no vice struggles or anything. Not
Nope.
really.
Nope. Mostly a downtime thing. Until you guys get traumas, then you can milk those for XP.
I'll reset this bar. How do you do that? Oh, the X. There we go.
Yeah, the X. And crew XP. Let's not forget that. Crew gets XP too.
So one question, John. If I did the playbook play special abilities tough as nails, and it says +1 dice under prowess, is that for finesse, prow, skirmish, wreck, all of those get +1 dice?
No, it means when you roll prowess, like when you resist harm, you get a bonus die. Or when you roll prowess, when you're satisfying your vice, if that's the attribute you use for your vice, you get a bonus die. Anytime you roll the prowess attribute, you get a bonus die. Mostly for resisting. That's what it's usually for.
Okay. I'll think about it.
Yeah.
And do you want to tell me how to heal now, because it's downtime activity, right?
Yeah, we'll do it next time. It's a thing, but yeah,
It's a whole thing.
well, you only have level 1 harm, so it's pretty simple. But we can save it till next time. But let's do crew XP real fast. For some reason, this crew sheet will just not save. I've edited your crew XP things, and it keeps deleting them. But execute a successful accident, disappearance, murder, or ransom operation.
Yeah.
Yes. You didn't do that. You didn't do it multiple times. I don't know if I would call this a 2 XP murder necessarily. I mean, it was pretty significant.
I mean,
was
we
it
did
like-
kill 4 other. We're
He murdered 5 people total.
Yeah.
She was a Leviathan Hunter captain too. Yeah. Okay. Let's do 2. Do 2. Okay. Is someone tracking that, or should I do it?
Crew advancement, is that where it goes?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
You got it. Okay.
Yep.
2 for that. Contend with challenges above your current station. Always easy when you're tier 0. Take 2 for that.
Okay.
This is the sweet time when you always get 2 for that, basically. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. You guys are professionals, I believe. You came in and murdered a bunch of guys that weren't your target. I don't know if that counts as professional or not. I don't think so, but maybe if you want to.
Witnesses.
The situation arose for it though, like it was sprung on us, and
Sure.
it had to
I
happen.
agree.
I mean,
The official answer is to kill everyone.
contingencies, but if you want to get an XP for starting a new reputation, maybe it has something to do with the fact that it was like silent, like maybe that's the thing, like because you have the new crow's veil, like maybe you're professional and you're discreet or untraceable or something like that. Like maybe you get a new kind of thing that people expect from you in the future, or not. I'm just throwing that out there, but it's an option.
Well, yeah, like we've done 2 jobs thus far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And still there's only one person that has not even seen us kill anybody, but saw us like maybe disposing of bodies.
Chad has an interesting idea for reputation too, like merciless or ruthless or something. Like when people get in your way during a job, you just cut them down. That's kind of, or brutal. Yeah, those are all good.
Okay.
Yeah, that all sounds good to me.
Is that cool? Do you want to get an XP and to get a new reputation?
Sure.
Yeah, I think merciless is more.
It seems to suit your methods too. Yeah, like you don't have any qualms. You're not like, oh, we shouldn't do that. That would, you're like, fuck it, we'll take them out.
Yeah, a job's a job.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so one more for that. Boom.
Yep. And merciless. And then express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
Nature, I would say. Aldo is like, he even went so far as to say to have sex with a dead body.
For me as an audience member, like the thing that really struck me was Rune being like, hey guys, I went off by myself. No one saw me. And I did a ritual, and now the death bells won't ring when we kill people. And all of you were like, cool. Like
I called her MVP, bro.
There's a kind of trust among these characters that is starting to emerge as a nature, I think. Like it would be easy to expect that these people would be very cagey with each other and uncertain, being pulled together by this mysterious stranger. But there's this kind of bond that you guys have that is fun to see. Like there's not a lot of questioning each other and being like, where were you? Why are you doing that?
I think it might stem from nobody's been a disappointment yet. Like everybody has their roles and they've filled them very well.
Nobody's screwed up yet. The drug addict is actually doing things.
The reliable drug addict. You're the first one ever. That's I like it. Yeah, I'd take one for that for sure.
Okay, and that is a full one then. You
filled it again?
Yep.
Holy.
We had 2 left over, and then we got 4 or 6 from this.
Man, you guys are fucking on fire. Crew advances left and right.
I love it when it's on
fire. Honestly, that's what happens when you're tier 0. You just keep getting the like, this was a big job. This was above our level. Like you're always gonna get like 4 out of that, pretty much.
What'd you say? Teamwork. Teamwork makes the what now? What
makes the dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it does. Excellent. Yeah. Well, maybe you can convince them to just upgrade upgrade Myth as the crew, but maybe not. Maybe it'll be something else. We'll see. We can do that.
Do that at the start of the next episode.
Yeah. Cool. Sweet. We're just about at time. We got time for some shout outs, maybe, to wrap it up here tonight. Jeff, you want to get us started?
Sure. Guys, just as a reminder, there is an awesome shirt/hoodie that you guys can pick up. It helps support JP RollPlay, John, Adam, and all of us. And it's also a pretty baller shirt, probably the most baller one of all of them because it has all of our characters on it, and our characters are fucking awesome. So those are all good reasons to pick up that shirt and sweatshirt, and you should definitely do that. As for me personally, I am just madly in love with the show. We've made a tradition of gushing over each other after every episode. I'm going to keep it going. I love you guys. It's awesome. I like how every fucking episode there's like a small MVP moment from everybody. and I'm really excited to see where the story develops and goes. So just every week this is one of the absolute highlights for me. And shout out to everyone that makes it possible. It's the audience and of course my awesome colleagues. As for me personally, I stream on Twitch, AnneControLtv. You've heard that before. Just got back from BlizzCon. I'm going to be home streaming a whole bunch of stuff. I mostly stream StarCraft, but I'm doing a little bit of Civ 6, although it's a lot like Civ 5. And in December, I'm looking forward to doing some Space Hulk. If you guys want to play that, you guys as in like Zeke and Jay Pizzles, John, if you even play video games, I don't even know if you play. djWHEAT, if you get away from Clash Royale, it'd be cool. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Hell yeah, I play video games.
Okay, cool. And that's it. That's it for me. I am uploading a lot of pictures of my Gene Stealer cult on Instagram, which is also AnneControLtv. And that's it for me. Thanks, guys.
Next.
Who next?
What are we doing? We.
Me? Is it me?
I choose you.
Good.
All right.
I was muted. I was saying stuff. I was muted. I'm so sorry.
Who
I was
next?
like, yeah, I'm taking over.
Rookie
Okay.
mistake.
What's happening? Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks again, as always. I'm kind of excited to continue to develop this crew, and I definitely have already figured out what my trigger is for this character. I think you're gonna find out that this character is not like Peony at all, but I'll just leave it at that. We have a lot to discover for I think all the characters on the show. Thank you so much for watching. I guess I'll see you next time. Twitch Weekly on Friday /Twitch, 4 p.m. EST. I'm out.
Cool. Anne.
Sweet. Yeah. Thanks
Yeah.
for being here, guys. Had a great show. Lots of 6s. That was awesome.
Hey!
Did a great job. Thanks, of
Booyah.
course, to Zeke, Wheat, Jeff, and John, and JP for running the show. Looking forward to the next one. And I will not be streaming after this, but I do stream usually 6 to 7 days a week at 2 p.m. Pacific time. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch on the PTR lately. The arcade mode is awesome, and I will definitely be playing Dishonored 2. I guess that comes out Friday, which if you like Blades and you don't know Dishonored, first of all, what are you doing? Second of all, definitely I will be playing it. So I'm excited about some Dishonored 2. And that's it. Thanks, guys.
Do us proud, Ann. Don't do a non-kill run. Kill everyone.
Kill everything. Yeah. Everyone's like no kill run. I'm just gonna do like 100% kill run, like every single person. No stealth, just kill everything.
Nice.
That's viable.
yeah, you can do it. Zeke, give us your shout outs.
Yo, Ezekiel III, variety broadcaster. I want to thank, of course, Jeff, djWHEAT, and John, JP, everybody for being here. This is quickly becoming my favorite thing to do every week because I'm falling in love with all the characters, including my own.
Yeah.
Having such a great time. And just love seeing like people, like I love seeing a plan come together. So can't wait till next time. Tomorrow I will be broadcasting, hopefully at my normal time, noon Pacific, but at 7:30, or excuse me, 7:30. So that's 7:30 my time, and no one gives a fuck about Mountain Time. At 6:30 Pacific, I will be broadcasting a sponsored gig for Stride Gum because we're doing another broadcast on Saturday with my boy Swifter in San Francisco. And follow my Twitter for updates. But that's all I got. So thank you.
Nice. I am super in love with this game as well, of course. The characters are amazing, and it is also one of the high points of my week. You guys can find me online at 17design.com. That's my game design website, and so my free RPGs are there. If you want to get on board with Blades in the Dark, there's digital pre-release early access on DriveThru RPG right now, and it'll be published by Evil Hat next year, Q2 probably next year. There'll be physical books and all kinds of goodies coming out for Blades next year. It's very exciting. And I have a Twitch channel, but I don't use it as much right now because I am deep in the final production stages of launching the book and everything. So coming later on, probably early next year, I'll start doing some more video game streaming and game design streaming and illustration and all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. Being around all these streamers has really lit the fire for me to start doing it myself. And it's exciting. I love it. So there'll be more of that coming from me for sure. And check out the shirt. Jeff already mentioned it, but on Teespring, you can go get the Blades in the Dark shirt with Gear's amazing art on there. Man, he just totally crushed it. You guys rose to the challenge of making awesome Blades characters, and then Gears was like, I got you with the art. Like it's like the characters and the art hit the same level of greatness. So
mine is 100% canon as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's like I was talking to some my other Blades players the other day, and they were like, "Man, those guys are tier 0, and like they look so badass and cool. Like, why do they have such awesome stuff?" I was like, "Yeah, like it's kind of like an idealized view of who they are, but also if we could like zoom in on those portraits, we'd see all the little imperfections, you know, the fabric and the little tears and the little things. Yeah. They're able to present themselves in this cool way." So it's like they're like super cool and dirt poor at the same time, which is great.
Yeah.
So I that's it. I think we're done. Thanks everybody for tuning in. So
Patreon wrap up, right?
Yes, we're gonna
So
do.
you guys are
We're gonna do a post show.
And your Q&A thread should be up. So
the Q&A thread will be up on the community. Thank you for reminding me. As soon as this is over, it'll be posted. Come and ask me questions about the episode, and I will be happy to answer them. And we will have our next game up on the calendar as soon as that's figured out. So go to JP's community page for all the details. Until then, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks for watching Blades.
We'll see you next time.
See you next crime.
Oh my God.